Hey guys, it is Dom here. Just wrapped a great chat with Justin Gonzales ahead of his fight at Bellator 287 with Andrew Fisher. It's his first trip to Italy, first trip to Milan, so he's super excited about that. Obviously, he's excited to take Andrew Fisher's head off as well. Again, so much enthusiasm for fighting, a lot of advice for young people looking to get into MMA as well. So yeah, I'm really proud of this one, and I hope you guys enjoy it too, and we will see you soon. Man, how is your day? You've got a big fight coming up. There's a lot of exciting things going on in your life, dude. What's going on with you today?
Shoot, man, today's a good day. We're starting off the week. I already got my lift in, a little bit of cardio. So now I just kind of chill, do some little errands here and there, getting prepped, do some podcasts with you guys, and then I go handle business a little bit later. What about yourself?
Beautiful, man. Yeah, it's good. Been busy. Like I'm living the dream though, man. It's a pleasure to sit down with you today. Obviously, you are heading into an international fight, an exciting international fight. Andrew Fisher in Milan. You've talked about, the excitement of going there and doing that. How are you feeling? Obviously, we're getting closer, getting closer. So, what's the mood like? Obviously, having the opportunity to travel internationally.
Man, it's exciting. Never had the opportunity to do this before, so I'm really excited. Um, Shoot, man, first time going to Italy. Camp is good, body feels good. So, just fine tuning some little things. And then, hey, it's almost time to go handle business. So there's a lot. Like you said, there's a lot going on. Just trying to take it day by day. And eventually it's here. We're less
Yeah.
than the way.
Yeah, it's exciting, dude. It's exciting. I heard you're planning on staying back for a few days afterwards to travel, to sort of see a little bit of Italy. Is that still the plan? You're going to go around a little bit, see some sights? Anything particular you're excited about?
Yeah, unfortunately, my family couldn't make this one just due to some expenses and stuff. They had some
Yeah.
stuff going on, so that sucks. But my girl, her family's coming. I think I got some friends out there who they're going on a Europe little trip. So I think they're around Milan about the time of the fight, so they're gonna try to come and see. As for us, I got to handle business first, but once we're done, definitely going to plan some time, maybe make a pit stop in Venice, maybe go to Rome. Just a couple other little things that we've wanted to do for a while. So now that we're out there, I definitely want to go see the Coliseum, man. That's a big one for me.
Yeah, man, I'm super excited for you as well. Now, one of the things that I know about you, Justin, is you've got this confidence about you as a fighter. You can see it in the interviews you've given. You can see it in the work you do in the cage. I wanted to ask you: have you always had that confidence? Has it always been there with you, or is that something that you've learned since you've been fighting and since you've been, taking your skills to the world stage?
Um, you know, I've competed since I was a little boy, man. And throughout the years, man, you have some highs, you have some lows. And through it all, man, I mean, I really wasn't, I'm not going to say I wasn't confident in myself, but I had a lot of doubts. And even still, sometimes you still have those doubts. But, you know, I put in the work, I do the right things, I eat well, I sleep, I recover, I bust my ass in the gym, I'm doing these extra workouts. And, I think that really helps with the confidence, just knowing, like, I'm going and doing runs at 8,000 plus feet elevation. I don't know if there's too many other people doing that stuff. So, stuff like that really resonates with me. The way me and my coaches talk, we put some positive vibes in our head, and I think it just really helps me to go out there. Plus, this shit's fun, man. I love
Yeah,
enjoy.
man.
It's just part of the game, man. You get to enjoy the J Train show.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Now, one of the things I'm also curious about, like I work with a lot of young people as part of my day job, and they look at people like yourself, and the success that you've had, and they think, oh, I'm never going to get there. I'm never going to be Justin. I'm never going to have that level of success. They, struggle with that self belief. And I'm wondering, a bit similar to my previous question, could you take me back to a time, if there has ever been one, where you struggled for that self-confidence, whether it was in the cage or whether it was in your personal life, and how you were able to overcome that? You know what I mean?
Oh man, I love this question, man. I work with a lot of young kids at our gym, a lot of young wrestlers, a lot of high schoolers, and then all the way up through college, man. They ask me the same thing. You know, it wasn't always easy. It wasn't always like this. I was still trying to find myself, and you're gonna have the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. But through it all, you got to be true to yourself, and you got to keep that mind right, man. If you can overcome some obstacles, uh, man, you just keep pushing. You stay the course, it will happen. I think a big thing, man, is just hey man, it starts here. You start telling yourself you're the man, eventually you're gonna be the fucking man. And in my head, I'm the man, dude. I'm the champion of the world already. I just need to go claim that belt. So kind of like the whole thing of fake it till you make it.
Right.
I'm a firm believer in that, man. Put it in your head, you throw out the confidence, people will start picking up on it, and then you'll kind of just the ball's rolling. But I also believe too, on the other end, is you got to face it till you make it, man, because it's not always going to be easy. There's going to be a lot of haters. There's going to be a lot of doubt. There's going to be adversity, trials. And if you want it bad enough, you'll find a way to get it. So don't let anybody shit on your dreams. You go get those. You go get them, man. You go show them. And if that's your motivation, so be it, man. Turn your haters into fans.
I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, 4 or 5 more questions. We're going to go back into the fight in a minute, but I want you to define some terms for me, man, because they mean different things to different people. So first off, how do you define success as a person and as a fighter? And are they one or the same? Are they the same thing or are they different? So the person you are, outside of the ring, and the person you are, in the cage, and the person you are in the ring, the definitions of success there different, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody's gonna have a different version of success. For me, fighting, having a house, being happy, and being able to provide for me and my girl, man. It's that is successful for me. I if you relate my life to a lot of others, hey man, I'm doing really well. I got my degree. I'm a professional athlete. I'm having success. I'm winning. But more importantly, man, I'm having fun. I love what I do. I really do. And getting to travel the world is a bonus. Getting paid to go beat somebody up. I love this shit, man. So um some people would say the success is in my record and how much money I'm making, but shoot, man, a lot of people don't know my life, man. We grew up a little poor and not really having a lot, so a lot of people say I've already won. You know?
Yeah, man. I do love that. And again, love that enthusiasm. And thank you for sharing that with me as well. The second kind of word association question I'm going to give you is legacy. Now, again, I feel like I might know the answer here, but do you concern yourself, Justin, with the idea of legacy and your legacy as a fighter, or does it not really register with you on a day-to-day basis?
No, that's an interesting question, man. I've said this in some of my other interviews, and by the time I'm done, I want to leave a legacy, man. I want the world to know who I am. I want the world to know what I'm about, and I want to help other people too, man. A legacy is more than just going down in the history books. A legacy is living a right life, influencing others, and sure, the fighting definitely helps. I think it's going to help me leave something, so whenever I'm done, I'm ready to hang them up. I'm okay with that, and I can walk away and be satisfied with what I've done you know um so shoot, man, I want to leave a great legacy. I want to show that I've helped these young kids in the gym go to inspire them to go do great things. I want to leave a legacy that, what, I was one of the best fighters in the world whenever it's all said and done. I want to leave a legacy that even though I was one of the best fighters in the world, I wasn't an asshole and I helped other people who needed
Yeah,
it. You know?
yeah, man.
So again, some other people's legacy could be something different. But for me, that's really important to me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And going back to the fight, obviously coming up, Fisher's got quite the legacy. He's built himself a great reputation, obviously internationally as well. He does a lot of work outside of the cage too. In terms of how you're pushing yourself in new ways, you mentioned your trainer, you mentioned you doing those runs. Um, I'm not saying you would ever get complacent, because you don't strike me as the kind of person that gets complacent, but how are you pushing yourself in new ways, mentally, physically, for getting ready for this fight? Again, doing some, doing these new things, challenging yourself, just by traveling is one thing, but in terms of the fight itself, how are you pushing yourself in new ways as a fighter to prepare yourself mentally, physically for Andrew Fisher?
Man, I bust my ass in the gym. I'm constantly, the coaches are telling me, you know, in my ear, they're like, is this enough? Did you do enough, man? And you can't lie to the man in the mirror, man. You know if you've done enough or not. And going up on those elevation runs, that shit's not easy, man. 8,000 feet is really fucking high up there. You can hardly breathe just being up there in general. And now you're going and doing sprints and putting people on your back and walking up and down these hills. And, so that's one. I really push myself in the gym, man. And we try to mix it up a little bit. I think also for me, a big challenge for me was not just being a workhorse, but also being smarter. I think I beat the shit out of my body for so long that was kind of just what it was, is just putting in the work.
Yeah,
And now we're really focusing on our recovery, staying disciplined and staying after practice another 15, 20 minutes, stretching, recovery, rolling out, staying, talking with the coaches and making sure, hey, if I had questions and I couldn't get it during the class, I stay late and I get it figured out. And they stay late with me, man, because it means that much to them too. So just constantly growing. Sometimes you kind of get put in this spot where it's easy to just cruise. And I
yeah.
constantly remind myself, man, you can't do that. You can't go on autopilot. Am I doing enough? What the fuck is Andrew Fisher doing? Because I want to beat this dude up. So I got to be doing more than him, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Before we finish off, because I'm so excited for you. I'm excited for you to come over to Milan, and obviously excited to see this fight. Outside of fighting, outside of the gym, we do a lot of work in, say, music and stuff like that. Is there anything outside of the obvious, outside of fighting and being in the gym, like I mentioned, music wise, people, places? You mentioned your partner as well. Things that motivate you, things that drive you forward, outside of your training, any music, any specific people and places that you go to for that motivation, maybe on a more challenging day?
Yeah. Shoot, man. Every single one of my coaches is there for a reason, man. If they weren't benefiting me and they weren't helping me, they wouldn't be here, you know. And they're all different in different ways. They motivate me, you know. My coach Mike is more level-headed, kind of down to earth, where we can have some real talks just about life in general, my frustrations, just things that are just bothering me, you know. And then on the other end, my coach Ryan, he's very intense, very high energy, and when I need to pick it up, he knows what to say to get more out of me, you
Yeah,
know. And then we go over to my strength and conditioning coach. He's an old timer, old school mentality, tough, gritty, push, screaming in the gym. I love it. It's And then we go over to the elevation runs where Coach Milo, man, he's a Hall of Fame coach. He's coached several national champs, world champs, and even still to this day, they still invite him to go and help coach with the women's wrestling team just because they love what he has to offer. And very positive, a very motivational man, and just makes me feel like I can run through a wall after I've already beat the shit out of my body, man. And just all these guys know how to pull more out of me.
yeah,
So there's reasons they're there. And
yeah.
sometimes the stuff that I can't do myself. So I fall on them and they know what to do. So it's
Uh,
great.
Absolutely, man. I'm great. I'm so glad you've got that support network. Before we do the press and the plug-in question, where I'm going to get you to sum up for me at the end, I do have one more that I want to fit in, and that is a similar vein to the confidence question. One of the big things I get all the time from my work is that people say to me, "Oh, I'm having a bad mental health day. I'm really struggling, and I've got to put on a good face. I've got to go to work, and I've got to, push." And put the best face on. Now, I wonder, again, as someone that appears very confident, very motivated, if you feel comfortable, could you tell me about your worst days? Tell me about a day you really struggled, or a series of days in your history, and how you overcame that. What is it that gets you out of bed, even if on the worst days, on the more challenging days that you have? What is it that drives you on those difficult times?
You know, you just got to remember the goal, man. You got to remember why you're here. And, even on the worst days, you're going to get through it, man. That sun's still going to come up, man. I remember it wasn't too long ago, a couple years ago, man. Somebody very close to me, my grandfather had passed away. And during that same time, I had a really bad injury in my neck where the doctors were saying, man, we don't know if you're going to be able to continue fighting.
Wow.
And
Okay.
I just was like, what the fuck, man? What am I going to do? And, money was tight. I was in between jobs and we were kind of on this cusp of just about to be signed somewhere, but it just wasn't quite happening. And I was just like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do. I took some time, I prayed, I just kind of sat and talked with myself. I found the people who were very close to me who really care and just talked and just they let me just vent it all out. And even on your worst days, man, it's okay to take a little time to focus on yourself, man. Some people forget that mental health is a very important thing. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. So, and just taking the time to really focus on it. If the goal is to come back and fight, and I wasn't able to do that at the time, there's other ways to grow and focusing on my mental, focus on the things that I could control. And that's what we did. And eventually we got to a point where we could start fighting and training again. And hey, remembering those dark days really motivated me to push through and just remember the people I'm doing it for me, my family, my girl. And you know what? Hey, look at us now, man. You stay the course, you want it bad enough, you'll find a way to make it happen.
Yeah, man. Yeah, awesome. Okay, man. Winding up then, what is your message to people in the UK, people that have followed your career, people that will support you and continue to do so? They've supported you since the beginning of your career. They've seen your successes, the championship wins, and they're here to watch you now. What is your message to your UK fans and followers and supporters? And in terms of what you want to say to them, and because again, they've been with you since the beginning, and they're still with you now.
Yo, what's up, Italy? Milan. Hey, after this fight, after I go put a pummeling on old boy, let's go out and celebrate. Be ready for a good show. Be ready for some hands to fly. Me to put this motherfucker down. And after we're done, we'll go celebrate the right way.
Nice one, man. Nice one. Is there anything else you feel like we might have missed? Anything you want to plug? Anything else you got going on that you want to say before we finish up?
Nah, man, I just want to say thanks to my sponsors, Alberto's Express, 5 Star, Faithful Roofing, Rocky Mountain Flagging, Peak Automation Electrical, 5280, Trials, Top Notch, Team Taylor, all you guys. I wouldn't be here without you, so thank you guys. If you guys want to follow my journey, see what I'm all about, check out my Twitter, JTrainXGang, Instagram, JTrainXGang, Facebook, JTrain MMA, man. A little bit of everything, playing with my nieces and nephews, a little bit of the nightlife, some training, and just a little bit of what I'm doing every day.
Nice one, man. Nice one. Justin, thank you so much for your time today, man. Really appreciate it and good luck, dude. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you having me on.